And, okay, it kind of worked that time. I think the actual chances of that working before the end of this playthrough is going to be pretty low. So, it's been well, more time than I would have liked. So, let me see. I can't even remember. Oops. I'm not entirely sure where we are, so I need to double check everything. I think we might be going through... it's not Latria. It's probably the Valley of Defilement again. Yeah, it will be. Okay, so let's just quickly speak to Bjorn.
Aware the limits of your own power.
Okay, not very talkative. I think I've probably exhausted all his dialogue. In fact, I've probably exhausted all the most of the dialogues. Just have a quick. Look, yeah, okay. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay. I might actually... be able to do something. Yeah, I might actually go for the double episode this time. Or at least try and get both of them recorded. Whether I release them at the same time, completely different thing. So yeah, again, here we are on one of my more disliked levels. It's generally disliked. There's the part of the Valley of Defilement that makes Blighttown look like a nice place. So, without further ado, let's get it done. And I'm probably going to be playing not so great for the first parts, because I need to get used to playing Demon's Souls again. Because as per usual, after playing Dark Souls for a while, I keep forgetting that poise actually doesn't exist in this game. So I tend to do silly things. Oh, that's not a good start. We'll get rid of these. Oh. And I'm poisoned, and I also accidentally tried to roll. Okay, the Maiden Hammer. A very popular weapon. A very popular PvP weapon as well for its ability to stun, lock and break guard. Okay, let me see. There's a couple of ways we can go do this. We can do it the easier way, which would be to run around the perimeter over there. I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to come this way and probably get killed by the Black Phantom. Because there is a Black Phantom over here patrolling the swamp. And it's not a very... no, it's not the easiest fight in the game. I'm actually going to equip a greatsword here for a specific reason, because I want to use the knockback effect. And now I've just realised I'm very slowly losing life. Okay. Dark moon grass, that could come in useful. Now I know the black phantom's here somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where exactly the bitch is and fuck. So that's what I don't like about this swamp particularly, is you can't roll through it even when you're literally ankle deep in the water, if that. There's the bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then we'll double up with that. That was, shall we say, a lot easier than it might have, you might think. But yeah, without actually having... Oh, I can't carry anything. But yeah, that's... Black Phantom can be actually be a real pain in the arse if you don't have any sort of knockback or knockdown effect. Because I believe the she uses the meat cleaver end. I'm not sure, but the meat cleaver might actually be one of the weapons with hyper armor on it. I'm not sure though. So we'll just avoid these for a second. In fact, all considered, I don't think there's actually much on this area. I mean, it's not like the area is particularly big. And if I end up running through most of it, then there won't actually be much to see. So yeah, I might actually do a bit of extra fighting and such that I normally don't do. Okay, first we'll go pick a fight with this fucker. Oops! Ah, bugger. Okay. There we go, not so difficult. And yet again, the beauty of the thief ring being that we've just had a fight less than, 10 feet away, and these guys have no idea that anything's even happened. So yeah, thief ring actually quite arguably overpowered and bugger. And he just annoyed me by hitting me. Okay. Considering that I don't have any health regen at the minute, I think taking all these Royal Lotus might actually be a good idea. Okay, and we are at the barrier. My God. Yeah, I will apologise at the minute if I've not got anything particularly interesting to say at the minute. But it's been one of them sort of things. I mean, there's not been a massive amount going on. Well, then again, I guess anyone who's following Epic Name Bros already probably seen his beta impressions, and there's some interesting things in there, both good and potentially not so good. See, good things would probably... Well, There's some are good, some are different. I mean, say like the fact that white soapstones actually have a time limit on them now, so if you summon a white phantom into your game, they're only there for a limited amount of time, and that time actually decreases as they kill enemies in the game. So basically, the more work you let them do, the shorter their stay is. As I said, that could be good, it could be bad. I mean, a good thing would be, yeah, I don't want to be here. One of the pretty good points on it is that it should hopefully reduce ganking. Although, then again, I do say that we do also have this so-called Covenant of Blue, which, by all accounts, when you are invaded, they will actually summon a phantom to help you kill the invader. That's not a good thing. Other potentially good things. One of the things that I am liking is the changes they've made to the backstab and parry systems. I am rather lost. But yeah, there's some... Oh, bloody hell. But yeah, there's some interesting stuff over that. The fact that, by all accounts, different weapons now are most likely going to have different backstab cones, where you can actually use it, which is an interesting touch. The idea, I think, behind it, of course, being that the larger weapons, such as great swords and ultra great swords, which are generally renowned for their stupidly high backstab damage, now won't actually be able to... Oh! Jesus Christ. First things first. Second thing. But yeah. Where was I? Yeah, I was talking about backstab, weapons and backstabs. So that could be interesting. I mean, it certainly means typically that if you get invaded by someone using something like a great club, you're not really going to see, hopefully not expect to see them backstab fishing too much. But then again, the problem there is, of course, that they're still dropping from that nest up there, aren't they? Yeah, we're not going to be able to hit there. But yeah. Oh, I don't want that. So that might make strength weapons. Well, it'll mean that, let's say, it'll reduce backstab fishing. What it'll actually mean for strength weapons in general, though, is because I'm not entirely sure. Because I think... Because how viable backs... Oh, shit. Because how viable strength weapons will be in Dark... The viability of strength weapons in Dark Souls 2 will probably be based on weapon movesets and such. And I think I've made it clear plenty of times in the past, for at the very least in the Twitch streams and such, that I don't really consider strength weapons in Dark Souls to be that good. I mean, as I've said, you can kill someone with them, but they're not particularly, as I say, they're not particularly good. And that guy hurt me. So they're even less good than hell, stupid swamp, when you compare them to how good dexterity weapons are in general. Because there is a significant, shall we say, there's significant difference in how good they actually are. And as it currently stands in Dark Souls, strength weapons just are not remotely as good as dexterity weapons, because they're big, they're slow, they might do a lot of damage if you can hit a player with them, but that's also very difficult in itself. And the fact that they typically all of them weigh a stupid amount means that you basically either have to mid-roll with some poise, or try and fast roll while trying not to get stun locked. Oh, and that's gonna get me killed if I'm not careful. Okay, let's just get this down. I have no idea why, because I've not really got any interest in the large sword of moonlight beyond just picking it up. But yeah, I'm hoping that in Dark Souls 2, strength weapons are a bit more how they are in this game. Which will be... But, you know, we'll hopefully with the beta coming out soon, I'll know about that. Now, other major change. There are some other interesting changes for Dark Souls 2 that I liked. One of the major ones being what appears to be the removal of non-scaling elemental weapons. And by what we mean with this is well, we all know what we mean. I mean by dexterity, elemental weapons. That's pretty clear. Oh, I'm gonna have to be careful here in a sec. Okay, let's pick this up and run away with it. But by what I mean by the non-scaling ones have gone, seem to be gone, is that by all from the interpretation of what Epic Namebro has said, lightning weapons have basically replaced divine weapons now, so that they will scale with faith. Which, when you actually think about it from a lore point of view, it kind of makes sense. Since lightning does appear.
Hey, I know you. Won't you buy some?
Um,
This place, it's a proper mound of rubbish. All the rot of the world.
Let's say it
living
kind of
in
makes
North
sense from a
End's
lore
up
point of
here.
view,
I
since
thank the stars that I still have my boy.
most of the
Ever
faith related
since
stuff
the
is
demon witch
related
came
to
here,
Gwyn and
everything
all
has
that
turned foul. This was a much better place
sort of
for
stuff,
sheep.
and we'll say
I
his
was
major
the
points
apple
are,
of every man's
well,
eye.
not his major
You're here
points,
to rid us of
his
it,
major
aren't you?
abilities are
Well,
lightning based,
don't show it any mercy.
and
I
all
thank the
there is, of
stars
course,
that I
the
still
fact that
have my boy.
the offensive, most of the
You're
offensive,
here to rid us of it, aren't you? Well, don't
she's repeating herself,
finish you, Rick.
let's say, most of the offensive miracles are, of course, your lightning spears and such. So, as I say, lightning weapons becoming a face scaling thing does make sense from the lore perspective, and of course, it's also good for the. I think it'll be good for general balance as well. As I've said plenty of times before, that non-scaling elemental weapons are a little bit overpowered at low levels. Because I think we've all had the issues with, you know, people with being invaded, you know, in the Undead Parish, and at one point in the Burg, but not many twinks seem to invade there anymore. My suspicion is because of the fact that the 125s have a general tendency to hang around there now, and they don't like risking invading those guys. So yeah, lightning now scales with faith. It appears that occult weapons, that occult's going to get its own damage type as well, because apparently there's a so-called dark upgrade path, which also scales with faith. Which yet again, same. So I think. Yeah. Let's say. So we have a fucking bastard. We have. Let's say. And apparently, by the sounds of it, Dark is actually going to be a damage type as well. So it's not like a cool. Oh bollocks! It doesn't appear like it'll be like a cult from Dark Souls, where basically you just ended up with a split damage weapon with physical and magic. but instead it sounds like it will be actually split as physical and dark, which, as I say, it'll be interesting. It will certainly be interesting to, if that actually is the case, in which Great Magic Barrier might not necessarily be a huge problem with certain things. And speaking of Great Magic Barrier, it appears that fire weapons are now will now scale with intelligence. So yeah, Great Magic. So yeah, next in Dark Souls 2, if you get invaded by a sorcerer, you Great Magic Barrier might not necessarily save you, since they might be able to just switch out to a fire weapon to get round it. And yeah, so both lightning and fire will now scale, which, as I've just generally pointed out, means that they're not going to be, well, they're no longer going to most like. Oh fucking hell. Shit, I was poisoned. Okay. This is... You've just discovered what happens when I start talking and I'm not really paying attention. I die in silly ways. Let me see, can I... thingy. And that's actually really annoying because I was on my way to dealing with the I was actually on my way to unlocking the shortcut. But yeah, as I say, the removal of non-scaling weapon, potential non-scaling being removed, it sounds reasonably good. Now a couple of things that say, yet again, other good things. The time limit on whites. I actually know, say, most people seem to be taking that as a relative good thing because it should reduce ganking, which the idea of which someone I know is despairing about. And you know who you are, and such. Let me see what else. And firstly, let's not let me get poisoned and die. Say, they've changed the parries now so that they have a small wind up, and yet again, that is something else that a couple of people I know are concerned about. I personally think it's a good thing, since it's going to change parries from, well, something that can be spammed until you get one, to something that you kind of need to use sparingly and tactically. Which I believe, say, considering the amount of damage you can score from a parry, is a very good thing. This is weird because, say, unlike some people, I don't actually keep notes when I'm trying to ramble on like this. So, yeah, say the removal of invincibility frames from parries and backstabs. Now that is something that I'm going to agree is slightly concerning. Oh, shite. And that's mostly to do with is yet again something mostly to do with ganking, because it does severely tip the balance into, well, even more into the ganker's favour. And considering that, as I said, there's this so-called Covenant of Blue and its respective covenant, which I don't know what it's called, but the one that who summons the Blue Phantoms whenever they get invaded. Yeah. It basically, no matter how you try and no matter how From sugarcoats it, it's basically just a ganking covenant. Although I guess depending on how it actually works, it could leave some interesting it's thingy. Say, I do believe that the intentions are right. I mean, From's obvious intention with it was the idea that new players could join the Covenant and not worry about being invaded by experienced PvPers, which I can tell you from experience is not, it's not a fair fight on that. That sort of thing isn't a fair fight. And new people are pretty easy to kill. Because they have no fucking clue what's going on. Not to mention a lot of them seem to panic. Oh, this could be a problem if I'm not careful. Okay, we'll shoot an arrow into that. We'll shoot an arrow into that. So now they turn round. Then I very carefully come over here. And I dash up here. Now we cure a poison. And I heal. But yeah, as I say, Blue Covenant, reasonably nice idea. Though as I pretty much made it very clear, I think it's going to be abused to no end by gankers. And as I say, considering that, Jesus Christ, generally considering that it would very much appear that your invincibility frames on your on your backstabs are gone. There's not really anything to stop both players from well, not both players, stop one player from well, you know, attacking you while you're backstabbing. No, you fucking don't. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I hate that move. That's why I hate the enemies in this area, by the way. It's pretty much single-handedly that attack that they do. So yeah, the removal of invincibility frames might become I think could become an issue with gankers. Although I'm hoping that From brings some other ideas, say, change up some other points of how PvP works to fucking hell. To counter that. What the hell? Say, how are they gonna... counter it? I'm not really sure. But hopefully they do. Let me see. There wasn't too much said about the other covenants. The only thing that's been made clear about the whole thing is that they are supposed to be taking a much more important role this time round. So that's should be interesting. It could say, depending on exactly what they mean by what the devs mean by that, they're going to be a more important role. I'm not sure. No, we've got that there. Oh, and by the way, for anyone who's playing this and wants to get these items but doesn't want to deal with the giant depraved ones that's just here, you can use this as a sniper's post. I personally don't really want the items, so I'm not going to bother killing them, but just for anyone interested of how you do that with relative safety. Let's see, Dark Souls 2. I'm just trying to remember what I remember mentioned. Oh, you bastard! You do not fucking push me off. Let's say there was a reasonable amount mentioned. One of the things that really caught my attention was the which thingy, let's say, really caught my attention was Ian B's reaction when he was talking about the Zweihander and the moveset. Because for any, I'm sure that it's been made very clear by now, either if you've been watching my Demon Souls or these Demon Souls vids, or have actually watched my streams. I'm quite a big fan of the ultra great swords in these games. Say, well, there's a reason that you might want to consider killing him. I think it's for an armor set, or it might be for a faint stone actually. So I know there's a slug out there somewhere that drops the gold, dual gold set or whatever it's called, which is the set that Selling Vinland wears. So I don't really personally like it that much. And now I was trying to remember, I was discussing I was just talking about something. So yeah, again, very classic point that I'm not great at multitasking. As I think I've just proven when I died and... Oh, bollocks. See, I have a tendency to either play reasonably well or keep my mind on track of what I'm actually talking about. Yeah, this is where I want to go. Let's hover here for a sec, wait for that to go away. Oh yeah, one of the interesting points that I'm actually really glad they've done is how they've changed the whole human hollow thing. So that in Dark Souls, when you die and become hollow, you actually lose your maximum HP drops, just like it does in Demon Souls. But unlike Demon Souls, where you know, becoming going into soul form adds an instant 50% loss, it appears that in Dark Souls 2 it'll be more like a 10% loss, and then the next time you die you'll lose like another 10% of your maximum life, down to what appears to be a maximum of thing. And by the way, just in case you haven't wondered, this is the cheese method for this boss. Now, I'm not really a big fan of cheesing bosses too much unless I'm doing speedruns. Just to try and get a thing out. So I am going to attempt to fight him the proper way. Now this is thingy. That's how you deal with... Oh, Jesus. Mental note, do not use that attack again. Oh yeah, that was what I was discussing. I was somewhat... But yeah, that's how the human thingy dynamic's gonna work. Ah shit, and I'm been covered in flies again. But yeah, when you're covered in flies, your health slowly decreases, and the way that you fix that is, as you can see, you jump in the fires. Oh, bugger. But yeah, that's how human and hollow is going to work in Dark Souls 2. And I am actually a big fan of the idea of doing that. And I better fucking just do a runner now and heal. Part of the reason, of course, is that it actually gives you a, you know, it gives you a reason to stay alive. Because, you know, in Dark Souls there wasn't really any reason to not be hollow if you was just playing through the game. I mean, the only reason you'd want to be human is for the various online interactions that you can do, whether you're invading, hosting, or summoning for co-op. Whereas Dark Souls 2 will actually give you a genuine reason to want to be human. As well, also discussing invasions. You'll be able to be invaded while you're hollow.
Soul power, dost thou not?
So yeah, that could
Touch the demon inside me.
that could be a
Soul of the mind,
interesting
key to
thing.
life's
It's
ether.
also one of the reasons that
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
oh
Its
bugger.
strength art thou done?
It also appears to be one of the main reasons for them including the Covenant of Blue as well. To, you know, protect you probably while you're hollow or whatever, but yeah. Oh, back to the point, let's say, one of the points that I think I was mentioning was that how I'm generally a fan for these big large weapons such as the Zweihander. Say, and he's AMB said it looked really good. Well, it looked cool, was I think was his words, because I think he also followed it up with he wasn't entirely sure whether the actual moveset itself was going to be, you know, actually useful.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Ooh, I can.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
I need.
Let strength be granted so the world might be
Thingy.
made. Art thou done?
Let me see. I'm just looking at the. We've been going for 48 minutes. Let's see. I've completed the Dragon God, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So all I have left really are the archdemons from these three. These three archdemons. So what? You know what? I think what I'm gonna do is actually what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna upgrade the weapons that I picked up and sort out my inventory, and then I'm going to switch over to Latria is not pure thingy. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade some of the weapons. I'm gonna pop back on switch my PlayStation Online, because I do actually want to do the old monk boss online for the obvious reasons there. And I think I'm gonna do a boss run to end this video off. So I will see you in a sec after I've done the upgrading and turning it online. Because there's no real reason you need to see that. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay, so I did the upgrades and such, and then it turns out that there was a small hitch in my original plan. Mostly to do with the fact that I cannot in fact get on the Demon Soul servers. So yeah, old monk boss fight is gonna have to be against the NPC. Phantom boss, which is kind of sucks. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go and deal with this. Oh yeah, and of course, it's gonna make me actually climb down the ladder in a very, very slow way. I haven't used my katana yet. Oops, want to be careful here. Now, there are, let's say, two ways that you can deal with this fight. Actually, technically, there's probably three methods to actually beating this boss. The first is, of course, that you can just well home, get there, and as we go. Well,
Go forth, Galvinland. May you be unharmed. Leave us, Slayer of Demons. This is a sanctuary for the lost and wretched. There is nothing here for you to pillage or... Please, leave quietly.
oh, you can already see them. By the way, anyone who's interested, the baby's nail weapon quite literally comes from these little, strange little plague baby things that we see. And they are the single biggest, danger here. Let me see, do I have a... Actually, can we... Oh yeah, we can parry with this if needed. Okay, now there are three methods to actually dealing with this fight. First one is that we can go to that sniper to over that side of the map where you can just pelt Maiden Astraea herself with arrows until she dies. Second is that we fight and we kill Galvinland here. And then you proceed to can potentially proceed to just kill Astraea. But well, you don't really have to even attack her now, because once we talk to her, she'll just commit suicide. And let's just get a better look. Aren't they just the creepiest enemies in a Demon Souls games? I mean, yeah, you just don't want to go that way. There's nothing to it. You just don't. Because, you know, first and foremost is the just sheer number of them will stun lock you to death anyway. Oops, so the sheer number of them will stun lock you to death, and they will give you the plague. Okay, so here we are. Now you can just attack her here and there, but a small point is, if you just come up, you can talk to her.
You killed him, didn't you? Very well. I can no longer resist you. Do as you like. Take your precious demon soul.
And she very much doesn't like hers. But there you go. After you've killed Galvinland and you talk to her, she just kills herself. Saving you the trouble and the effort. Okay, so that's one archdemon down. And you always end up getting bloody plagued there. Let me see, I'm gonna put my spear back. Just quickly.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Yeah, we'll start here. We'll go and kill the Storm King next. So, say not much to just talk about now. Say I think I've already spoken about what's going to be happening after this playthrough. Well, so first and foremost is that at some point I will be streaming a pure Black World Tendency New Game Plus co-op playthrough. I think we came to the conclusion that that's going to be streamed. Because then I can export the stream and upload it straight to YouTube, and it'll be easier for both parties involved for that. So, I guess after I finish this Demon Souls playthrough, I mean, there's obviously New Game Plus, but I'll leave a small gap for that. I'm probably going to finish up the other game that I've been playing. You know, the one that doesn't get that many views, but I want to finish it. And then I'll probably start another game or two. I might decide to try and do a Dark Souls run or something. So yeah, I've not really, bloody hell, I've not really fucking lock on. Oh, and of course that's going to let them run off the edge. And that one's going to run off the edge. But yeah, if you've got any... Oh, fucking brilliant. That's fine. So for a second now, I thought I might have to actually try and kill the Storm King with arrows. Which, it's not impossible, but it's extremely tedious and I can't be bothered. But yeah, let's say, if you've got any ideas for potential Dark Souls run-throughs, yeah, post them in the comments. And try to keep them realistic. Okay. It's okay. Sorry about that, brief interruption. And yes, by the way, I am going to be doing this the cheesy way. Because, long story short, is if you stand just in this corner of the house here that I'm currently in, yeah, little, if any, little to nothing can actually attack you. I mean, I think a couple of the storm beasts or whatever they're called, if they come in at certain angles, that they can just about get you, but the actual boss itself doesn't have a chance. Of calming you here. So yeah. All you do is you just stand in this corner and you're completely safe. Spam the lock on button until you can lock on. Of course, actually finding a bit you can attack is annoying. Yeah, this is, at this point it's just really well, it's all, once you've got the Storm Ruler, it's pretty much over. You can't lose if you follow this. Here we are. No. I think we can, yeah. So I think I'm actually just going to fast forward until the boss is dead. Or maybe not, it shouldn't actually take that long by the looks of it. And there we have it. An incredibly stupidly easy boss fight. And we have a item we don't need, and soul that we might need, but you know. I'm not entirely sure what it gets, as it might be second chance actually. It might, so it's probably going to be useful. I think actually I'm pretty sure it's second chance, which I kind of want to learn actually. Anti-magic. No, it's anti-magic field. That might go in useful. Latria actually sometime, but yeah.
Yes,
I would rather waste it on magic actually. A spell for fully recover another. I can't get the equivalent to combustion. We'll see if Sage Drake has anything useful with it.
but at my age I do.
Oh yes, of course, I forgot I don't have the required stats to start learning magic yet, really. Okay, so let's hit the 5th Archdemon. As I say, a pity it's not going to be online, but, you know, just, if it won't connect to the servers, it won't connect to the servers. Skivir the Wanderer. Oh, this is going to be thingy. Oops. Didn't want to do that, I wanted to check. Huh. we are. The cutscene. I'm gonna just skip it because I'm sure you've seen it. I'll just beat these down. And considering that there's not really any reason to be using thingy, I'm going to use the Master's Ring, which I'm pretty much certain I remember. There we go. So gotta love that wake up attack. And we can do that. Say, yeah, I just really love the Great Sword. And that's just a wizard escaping, I forgot about that. But yeah, so I'm pretty much certain. So we'll just own this guy. Oh shit. Okay, Metal Note, forgot. You have to be careful. Fuck it. Let's... Whoops. Whoops! Jesus Christ. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, that's done. Okay, I think that just about wraps up everything that I was doing. So that's 3 archdemons. I think what I'm going to be doing, because I believe I've hit White World Tendency on everything. So I'll probably, for the next video, I will probably go through the White World Tendency events that you can do. Since I've got it, and then I'm going to do the last couple of bosses. Which is obviously 1-4, and then the boss down with the old one. So I guess that should be, yeah. That looks like it'll be it for now. So yeah, I'll do that and get that done. Okay. And this, of course, it doesn't work. Now I think my export's buggered. There we go.